Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? I really hope you are stay healthy, keep spirit, and always enjoy this fasting month of Ramadan. By the way, here I want to explain you what I have understood in the cooperative principle chapter, specifically the violation that occurs in conversation. And by title, Floating and Violating Maxims on K-Drama Business Proposal. Okay, but firstly I want to introduce myself. My name is Umul Faizah. My ID number is 19320173. Next, what is floating? Floating is a violation of the cooperative principle where this occurs when speakers don't obey certain maxims in their conversation which causes misunderstanding in their conversation. Jadi floating ini adalah salah satu pelanggaran pada cooperative principle di mana terjadi ketika sang penutur itu tidak mematuhi maksim dalam percakapan mereka yang menyebabkan kesalahpahaman dalam percakapan mereka. Okay. And then he also expects the listener to understand the implied meaning of his utterance. Jadi, walaupun seperti itu, sang penutur mengharapkan lawan bicaranya akan memahami makna tersirat dari ujarannya itu. The next is floating the maxim. Floating the maxim ini terbagi menjadi 4 bagian. Firstly, floating maxim of quantity. That occurs when the speaker or interlocutor provide information that is not as needed. It can be less or more. Yang pertama yaitu floating maxim of quantitas. Jadi terjadi saat penutur atau lawan bicaranya itu memberikan informasi yang tidak sesuai dengan kebutuhan, bisa kurang maupun lebih. And then secondly, floating maxim of quality. That occurs when the speaker or interlocutor says something that it is not true or he lied. Okay. Yang kedua yaitu floating maxim of kualitas, di mana terjadi saat penutur atau lawan bicaranya itu mengucapkan sesuatu yang tidak benar atau dia berbohong. Kemudian yang ketiga, floating maxim of relevance. Relevance occurs when interlocutor provide information that is irrelevant or not in accordance with the equation. Jadi yang ketiga itu adalah floating maxim of relevance, di mana terjadi saat lawan bicaranya itu memberikan informasi yang tidak relevan atau tidak sesuai dengan pertanyaan. And the last is floating maxim of manner. Occurs when the other person says something confusing or still ambiguous of information that is not clear. Yang terakhir yaitu floating maxim of manner. Terjadi saat lawan bicaranya itu mengatakan sesuatu yang membingungkan atau ambigu atau informasi yang tidak jelas. Pembahasan selanjutnya, what is violating? Violating is a violation that occurs when the speaker intentionally disobeys the maxim so that the interlocutor doesn't understand what he is saying. Jadi violating ini adalah pelanggaran yang terjadi ketika penutur sengaja tidak mematuhi maksim agar lawan bicaranya itu tidak paham dengan ujarannya. The next is violating the maxim. Violating the maxim ini terbagi menjadi 4 bagian seperti floating tadi, yaitu ada violating maxim of quantity and violating maxim of quality, violating maxim of relevance, and violating maxim of manner. While violating maxim of quantity itu terjadi saat penutur atau lawan bicaranya memberikan informasi yang tidak sesuai kebutuhan, bisa kurang maupun lebih. Kemudian violating maxim of quality yaitu terjadi saat penutur atau lawan bicaranya mengucapkan sesuatu yang tidak benar atau dia sengaja berbohong. Kemudian violating maxim of relevance terjadi saat lawan bicaranya itu memberikan informasi yang tidak relevan atau tidak sesuai dengan pertanyaan. Dan yang terakhir is violating maxim of manner, terjadi saat lawan bicaranya itu mengatakan sesuatu yang ambigu atau informasi yang tidak jelas. Alright guys, it doesn't take a long time. You will immediately look for the violation contained in the key drama business proposal. Okay, check it out. Okay, before that, it would be nice if we knew a little about the storyline, about the rule of storyline of this drama, because that way you will understand more about the conversation that occur between the actors in drama. Okay, shortly, Sinhari is a single woman and works for a company, namely GoFood. She meets her best friend, Jin Young-so. Jin Young-so then asks Sinhari to replace her on a blind date and even offer some money for her time. Sinhari accepts her fine offer. She goes on a blind date as Jin Young-so. When she sees her blind date, Sinhari is dumbfounded because her blind date is Kang Tae-moo. He is the CEO of the company he works for. Jadi singkatnya itu, Sinhari adalah seorang wanita yang bekerja untuk sebuah perusahaan namanya GoFood. Dia memiliki teman laki-laki. Kemudian saat dia sedih, dia tuh memutuskan untuk bertemu dengan temannya namanya Jin Young-so. Jin Young-so itu kemudian meminta Sinhari untuk menggantikannya dengan kencan buta dan bahkan menawarkan sejumlah uang untuk waktunya. Sinhari menerima tawaran temannya dan pergi kencan buta sebagai Jin Young-so. Namun, ketika dia melihat kencan butanya, Sinhari malah tercengang karena kencan butanya itu adalah Kang Tae-moo. Dia adalah CEO dari perusahaan tempat dia bekerja. Alright, there are two captures. The top is Sinhari in the teamwork, and the bottom the teamwork too. Di sana Sinhari melakukan percakapan, have conversation with her teamwork. Pagi, what did you? Sinhari, I'm still taking care of mackerel fish in the laboratory. Pagi, just relax. Hey Jin, what's this smell? Sinhari, does it smell so bad? I didn't smell it myself. Pagi, seriously? Kang, it's okay, it's proof of how hard you work every day as a researcher in this company. Thank you as a senior. Hey Jin, refers to use perfume. From the conversation above, it can be seen several violations. Jadi dari percakapan di atas itu bisa terlihat beberapa pelanggaran seperti in line 1 until 2. Why you? I still take care of mackerel in the lab. This is a floating maxim of manner and quantity. In line 1, the speaker only asks, why did you? This is very ambiguous and it is not clear what information he means. However, because Sinhari also knows the atmosphere that is both waiting for her presence, she replied that she was cooking mackerel in the laboratory. Pada baris 1 sampai 2, why you? Kenapa kamu? Saya masih mengurus ikan makarel di lab, jawab Sinhari. Ini merupakan floating maxim of manner dan kuantitas. Yakni dibuktikan pada baris ke-1, penuntut hanya bertanya, kenapa kamu? Ini sangat ambigu dan tidak jelas informasi apa yang dia maksud, maksudkan sebenarnya. Namun, karena Sinhari juga tahu suasana yang sama-sama teamworknya itu menunggu kehadiran Sinhari, ia kemudian menjawab, sedang masak bahan makarel di laboratorium. Kemudian floating maxim of kuantitas ini adalah saat penutur hanya mengatakan sepatah kata sehingga membuat lawan bicaranya itu tidak tahu apa kebutuhan yang dibutuhkan sebenarnya. And then the next is in line 7 until 8. This is also the floating maxim of quantity, where the speaker just say seriously but his interlocutor even reproached him with many irrelevant explanations. Pada baris ke-7 sampai 8 ini juga merupakan floating maxim of kuantitas, di mana penutur hanya bilang, serius, namun lawan bicaranya malah mencelanya dengan banyak penjelasan yang tidak terlalu relevan. Ini bisa dibuktikan yaitu antara percakapan Parky dengan ketua Kang. The next is one capture. It is Sekretaris Prestilka. And then there a conversation between the teamwork and Zinhari. Parky, by the way, it seems that President Director Kang is workaholic like a gossip. Look at him, straight to work today. He just returned to Korea. Oh, right? Hye-jin, I hear from the star office too. He's so handsome. Zinhari, I don't know. I never saw him because he wasn't there when I joined. But when I saw the head of the chairman's face, how handsome is his grandson? Hye-jin, maybe I hear wrong information. Ketua Kang, no, he's really handsome. He is like a celebrity. Zinhari, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. From the conversation above, it can be seen several violations, such as in line 1 until 3, and line 3 in the sentence, I hear that he is handsome. This is a floating maxim of relevance, because what is being said does not match or doesn't relate to what is said by the speaker. While in line 1 until 2, this is the floating maxim of quantity. Speakers speak a lot, and the information is also not necessarily true. The information given by the speaker seems to be just the topic of conversation. The rest is about the handsomeness of President Kang. Dari percakapan di atas itu bisa terlihat beberapa pelanggaran, yaitu pada baris ke-1 sampai ke-3. Pada baris ke-3, yaitu pada kalimat aku dengar bahwa dia tampan, ini merupakan floating maxim of relevance. Karena apa? Karena apa yang dibicarakan itu tidak sesuai atau tidak menyambung, tidak relevan dengan apa yang diujarkan oleh penutur. Karena sedangkan pada baris ke-1 sampai 2 ini adalah floating maxim of kuantitas, yakni penutur berbicara sangat banyak, yaitu dia berkata, ngomong-ngomong sepertinya Presiden Kang memang gila kerja ya, seperti di gosip itu. Lihatlah, dia langsung bekerja di hari dia baru kembali di Korea. Bagaimana? Benar bukan? Namun Hye-jin malah menjawab, aku dengar dari kantor sebelah, dia itu tampan sekali. Like this. Jadi informasi yang diberikan penutur itu sepertinya hanya pembuka topik saja. Selebihnya adalah membahas tentang ketampanan Presiden Kang. The next is take place in Shinhari's home, and then conversation between Shinhari and her mom. Mom, you just got home? Shinhari, I will go to work first, mother, because there is a lot to do today. Mom, wait a minute, Hari. You always work hard to make money. Alright, cheers, and don't forget to eat, alright? Okay? Shinhari says, okay. Mom, be careful on the road. From the conversation above, it can be seen several violations, such as on line 1 until 2, in the sentence, I will go to work first, mother, because I have a lot to do today. This is violating maxim of quality, and fleeting maxim of quantity. Because what was said was inappropriate or deliberately lie, so that her mother wouldn't ask strange question again. The sentence answered by the other person are also too many, so that it violates the rules of conversational needs, even though it was clear that she had just returned from her house after staying at the hospital to visit Presiden Kang. Dari percakapan di atas bisa terlihat beberapa pelanggaran, yaitu pada baris ke-1 sampai 2 pada kalimat "Aku akan pergi kerja dulu, Ibu, karena banyak yang harus kukerjakan hari ini." Ini merupakan violating maxim of quality dan violating maxim of quantity, karena apa yang dibicarakan itu tidak sesuai atau sengaja berbohong agar ibunya tidak bertanya aneh-aneh lagi. Kalimat yang dijawab oleh lawan bicara juga terlalu banyak sehingga melanggar aturan kebutuhan percakapan. Jika ditanya, "Kamu baru pulang?" dan jikalau Sinhari bilang hanya ya atau tidak, itu sudah cukup. Namun dia berbicara sangat banyak. Padahal jelas ia berbohong karena ia baru pulang pagi itu ke rumahnya setelah menginap di rumah sakit dan menjenguk Presiden Kang. Last capture is conversation between Sinhari and Jin Young-so, her best friend. Alright, Jin Young-so, how about you, Hari? Is it okay? Sinhari just say, Jin Young-so, did your co-worker criticize you behind your back? This is absolutely disgusting. Sinhari, no, not at all. I was just about to go somewhere with many co-workers. Hey, it's been a while, Jin Young-so, okay. Sinhari, I'll see you later. Jin Young-so, yes, I'll call you later. From the conversation above, it can be seen several violations, such as in line 1 until 2, in a word, this is a floating maxim of quantity, where the speaker asks about the situation and even repeats it twice. How about you, Hari? Is it okay? Let's repeat it twice. Well, the interlocutor only answers very little. It's like this. Then on line 3 until 6, exactly on line 5 until 6, not at all, I just want to go somewhere with my coworker. Hey, it's been a while. This is a violating maxim of quality and violating maxim of manner, because what was said was inappropriate or deliberately lied, so that his best friend, her best friend wouldn't worry about her. Also, the sentence, I want to go somewhere, is ambiguous and unclear, because if there are still working hours out of the office, it will be punishment. And however, it is done by the speaker so that his friend doesn't worry and remains calm. Jadi, pada percakapan yang terakhir ini bisa terlihat beberapa pelanggaran, yaitu pada baris 1 sampai 2 pada kata Sinhari bilang ini merupakan floating maxim of quantity, di mana sang penutur bertanya mengenai keadaannya, bahkan diulang 2 kali. Bagaimana dengan kamu? Apa kamu baik-baik saja? Sedangkan lawan bicaranya, Sinhari, hanya menjawab dengan sangat sedikit yang membuktikan adalah iya, aku baik-baik aja. Kemudian pada line 3 sampai 6 pada kalimat baris ke 5 sampai 6, tidak sama sekali, aku baru mau pergi ke suatu tempat dengan rekan kerjaku. Hei, sudah dulu ya. Ini merupakan violating maxim of quality dan violating maxim of manner. Karena apa? Karena dibicarakan itu tidak sesuai atau Shin Hari itu emang sengaja berbohong agar sahabatnya tidak mengkhawatirkan dirinya. Juga pada kalimat aku mau pergi ke suatu tempat, ini menjelaskan sesuatu yang ambigu, tidak tahu tepatnya di mana dan tidak jelas. Makanya termasuk flouting maxim of manner. Dan juga jika masih terdapat jam kerja, keluar dari kantor itu akan mendapatkan hukuman. Nah, jadi ini sengaja dilakukan oleh Shin Hari agar sahabatnya Jin Young So tidak khawatir dan tetap tenang pada dirinya. Alright guys, I think that's all material from me. It is enough, and hopefully what I shared today with you is more useful and easy to understand. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the attention, and the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.